We will discuss the posterior abdominal wall. We have removed the stomach, small intestine and large intestine up to the rectum. Here you can see this is a rectum. This is the left side and this is the right side of the posterior abdominal wall. This is the right kidney. Here you can see this is the right ureter. This right ureter which is crosses the common iliac, and also there is a right common iliac, and here the common iliac which is divided into the external iliac, and this is the internal iliac artery. And this is the, here you can see this is the spermatic cord, and this is the testicular vein, and this testicular vein which is directly open inside the inferior vena cava. This testicular vein which is directly open inside the inferior vena cava, and this is the right testicular vein directly obliquely open inside the inferior vena cava, and this is the right testicular artery, or it is called the gonadal artery. It is called the gonadal artery. On the left side, here you can see we have dissected whole. This is the testis, and it is inside the scrotum and the sinus of epididymis on the posterolaterally, and this is a side determination. These are the spermatic cord, and it contains. Here you can see this is the testicular vein. Initially there is a 8 number of the pumpiniform plexus, then gradually it is united, and here there is a 4 in number. This is a 4 number of the along with the gonadal artery, and then it becomes the 2 in number. In upper part only 2 in numbers. Here you can see this is the only 2 in number, and along with it there is a gonadal artery. This is the left gonadal artery or left testicular artery, because this is a male. And this 2 again, it is single testicular vein or gonadal vein which is open inside the left side renal vein. So it is right angle which is open, so that's why it is more chances of the varicocele on the left side as compared to the right side, because the right side testicular vein which is obliquely open inside the inferior vena cava, and this is the right side gonadal artery. So these are the 2 branches of the abdominal aorta. It is a gonadal artery. This is the right and this is the left at the level of the L3 level. I will show you the some structure, other structure. Here you can see this is the inferior mesenteric artery at the level of the lower border of the L3, and here you can see this is the left side of the left side. That's why it is called the left colic, and this is the sigmoidal branches. These are the sigmoidal branches, and this is the superior rectal artery. It is a continuation. It supplies to the rectum. Here you can see this is the right common iliac, and this is the left common iliac. Both are united. Both are the branches of the abdominal aorta at the L4 vertebra. And just below to it, here you can see this is the formation of the inferior vena cava, and this inferior vena cava which is the formed by the right common iliac. This is the right common iliac, and this is the left common iliac, and both are united. It makes the inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava slightly right side, and the aorta on the slightly on the left sides. Here we have got the branches of the abdominal aorta. Here you can see this is the these are the artery. Here you can see this is the branches. It is a superior mesenteric artery, and these are the all these branches on the left side. All these left side branches are the jejunum and ileal branches. Jejunum and ileal branches, and continuation it is the ileocolic artery. Other branches we have already cut. And here you can see this is a left kidney, and just most anteriorly inside the hilum, this is the left renal vein. Just below to it, you can see this is a left renal artery. Here you can see this is a aorta, and aorta gives the left renal artery. This is the inside the pelvis. This is the left kidney. Inside the hilum structures are the anterior to the posterior are the renal vein, then renal artery. Here you can see this is the artery which is coming from the abdominal aorta. This is the abdominal aorta, and this is the renal artery. And most posterior structure, it is a pelvis, and it is continuous as a ureter. On the left side, this is the gonadal vein, and this is the left suprarenal gland. This is the left suprarenal gland. I will show you. This is a spleen. Here you can see this is a splenic vein, and it is united with the inferior mesenteric vein. And here you can see this is a superior mesenteric vein. Both are the vessels, superior mesenteric artery and veins are together. So this is a superior mesenteric vein, and both the superior mesenteric vein and splenic vein united, it makes the portal vein. This is the portal vein. You can see here, this is the bile duct we have cut from the second part of the duodenum opening, and this is a, you can see here, this is the celiac trunk which is there. This is the celiac trunk, and this is the first branch. It is the left gastric, and this is the artery which is goes inside the spleen. It is called the splenic artery, and this is a common hepatic, and this common hepatic, it gives the gastroduodenal, and this gastroduodenal again divide into the two branches, superior pancreaticoduodenal, and this is the right gastroepiploic artery. Here you can see this is the hepatic artery, and this is now proper hepatic artery. It divide into the left hepatic and right hepatic artery. This is the calot triangle. Here you can see superiorly and it is bounded by the superiorly and laterally. It is bounded by the inferior surface of the liver. Inferolaterally, it is bounded by the Inferolaterally, it is bounded by the cystic duct. Here you can see this is the gallbladder and continues as a cystic duct, and medially it is bounded by the hepatic ducts, common hepatic duct, and this makes the bile duct. So this triangle, it is called the Calot's triangle. This is the Calot's triangle. Other structure I will show you. This is the right side of the kidney, and this is the right suprarenal gland. This is the right vein, and this is the right suprarenal gland, and this is the right kidney. This is the inferior vena cava. So these are the structure. Here you can see just below to the kidney there are three nerve. This is the subcostal, iliohypogastric, and ilioinguinal nerve. This is the iliacus muscles. This is the quadratus lumboris, and this is the transverse abdominis muscles. Here you can see this is the nerve which is over the psoas major. It is the genitofemoral nerve. This is the nerve which is the lateral cutaneous nerve of the thigh, and just lateral to the psoas major, this is the nerve. It is the femoral nerve, and we already discussed these are the three nerves: subcostal, iliohypogastric nerve, and ilioinguinal nerves. So these are the structure which are lies inside the posterior abdominal wall, and hope you will enjoy after the remove the intestine, mainly the stomach, small intestine, and large intestine. Here you can see on the side of the aorta, these are the para-aortic lymph node. I will remove the lymph node. These are the group of the para-aortic lymph nodes. Here you can see these all are the lymph nodes. Here you can see this is the right common iliac, and this is the left common iliac artery, and this is the termination of the abdominal aorta. In between there is a median sacral artery. This is the median sacral artery, and these are the branches which goes on the posterior aspect of the aorta are the lumbar branches. You can see these are the all are the lumbar branches of the aorta. 1, 2, 3, 4, total 4 lumbar branches. Here you can see there are 3 lumbar branches. This is we already discussed the median sacral artery. It is the unpaired artery between the termination of the abdominal aorta at the L4 vertebra. This is the common median sacral artery. This is the median sacral artery. Here you can see these are the branches of the lumbar branches. All 4 lumbar branches you can see here. This is the first lumbar artery. This second, third, and just below to the renal vein. Here you can see this is the fourth. This is the 1, 2, 3, and this is the fourth. So these are the 4 lumbar arteries. And here you can see this is the sympathetic chain. This is the sympathetic chain on the. This is the left side, and this is the this is the right side of the sympathetic chain. So these are the structure inside the posterior abdominal wall. Here you can see this is a psoas major. This one is the psoas major. We already discussed this is the iliacus, this is the quadratus lumborum, this is the transverse abdominis muscles. So this is about to the structure inside the posterior abdominal wall.